My name is Sommers. I teach Math 3 and Math 4 here at TCTC. So teaching was actually not my first dream job. I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school, as a lot of students don't, and I think that that's okay. I did an exploratory year in college. I decided it wasn't for me. I got my cosmetology license, and that's kind of the creative side of me that I like to explore. And then I decided to go back to college just because of my love of math. And so I went into teaching because I loved the subject, and later learned that teaching kind of chose me because math is the last thing that I do some days. The most important thing is the students in my room and what I learn from them each day. So I kind of feel like teaching chose me, and it was not my first choice. When my students get unmotivated in class, there has to be a reason behind that. So I think the first thing to do is to just talk to that student, get to know my students, and try to build a relationship with them, because there's always a reason. There's a reason that kids act out, there's a reason that kids are unmotivated, and you never know what's going on in a student's life. You know, just the age of 19 to like 22 is a time I would never want to revisit, and I think that it takes a lot of strength for students and kids nowadays to navigate their path and to stay focused and to stay on track, and they don't get enough credit when they do. It's just, I would encourage those students and kids in that age range to put themselves first, make themselves a priority, really find who they truly are, and ignore the rest of the world. Why did I choose TCTC? So other than the fact that I really needed a job, I really feel like TCTC chose me because I was in college and they give you a placement to student teach. You don't get to pick. And so I was placed to do my student teaching at TCTC. And that's when I fell in love with TCTC. I was fortunate enough to be able to interview and get hired the following year. So I've always been here. And for that reason, I feel like TCTC kind of chose me. And my favorite thing about teaching is the students. And that sounds so cliche, but it really is. You know, I started because I loved math, but then I found out a greater passion, and that was making a difference in the daily lives of students. When I get unmotivated, I try to remember that that happens to everybody. I try not to get into a mental state of pity. I try to stay focused and to work hard and power through it and rely on the people that support me in my life. If I were to describe my job to someone outside of TCTC, I would really stress the fact that education is not what it was 10, 20 years ago. I think that education has really evolved to become about the individual student, as we have learned the individualities in the different ways that students learn. There's not a one method fits all type of way anymore. And education has really become about building relationships with kids, learning how they learn, and motivating them within your own classroom. And that's the biggest challenge every day, and trying to make an environment where students feel comfortable to ask questions, to make mistakes, and to know that that's supposed to happen in order to learn and to grow and to become more. And I don't think education is at all what people think it is, at least not here at TCTC. I think the environment here at TCTC is great representation for students of what life is like after high school. You see people from different towns, different communities, and different cultures all coming together to support one another and to learn how to work collaboratively. And it really shows a sense of maturity for the students here, choosing to come outside of their comfort zone and mix with people from different cultures. And it's a growing experience, and it's, you know, it's a benefit that they have that other schools don't. I do really just think that I am lucky to come here every day.